Good rockin' afternoon, everybody. Woo-hoo, New Year's Eve. Boy, what I was doing 20 years ago. Not no more. Too old for that stuff. But anyways, I hope all you have a very safe New Year's Eve. Be smart. If you need a designated driver, it is definitely worth it. I don't want to see nobody get harmed to go out and have fun. So be smart, be safe. So you hear me talking about I have a passion for humanity all the time, but I don't elaborate on that much, right? It's just always been in my nature. I've always wanted good for people. There was a time where I was in a bad place in my life and I didn't want good for people, but that's changed over the past decade. I think it was an instinct in me until I made some bad decisions and then I hated the world, right? But I've always had a passion for people. And one of the biggest things I've had a passion over individuals is their individuality, their differences. Exactly what the internet is using to breed hate in people is what I love. I absolutely love that every client we meet is different and has a different story, yet are good human beings. It really irritates me, it really frustrates me that we are attacking each other's differences online, right? I mean, unless it's, you know my field, right? Pedophilia, unnecessary murder without self-defense being the reason, and you're a part of the club up here, right? Which none of you are a part of that club. So either or, that's about the differences I don't like. Everything else makes an individual a unique individual and makes them who they are and what their character is. That's beautiful to me. That's one of the main reasons I love humanity. Is people's indifferences, people's differences, people's unique, different personalities, right? Some don't mesh with me, and I don't mesh with some, right? But that's okay because there's 400 million of us out there, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to mesh with everybody, right? We're not supposed to mesh with everybody, and everybody is supposed to be a unique individual that has differences, different opinions, different ways of life, different cultures. That's another thing I love about individuals and humanity is all the different cultures we have in the United States. And they use that against us in racial ways. That's evil. That's the up here in the club using our different cultures against us instead of us bringing those together and enjoying them together. I love learning different cultures. I love the different backgrounds of humanity. I think it's fascinating to me. Fascinating to me. I find like people that came here legally and they're 100% from Mexico. I find their culture fascinating. It's I absolutely love their food. In their work ethic, can you teach me how you teach people to have that type of work ethic? All different kinds. My landlord is from Africa. Best landlord I've ever had in my life, and I absolutely love his accent. Anytime my landlord calls me, Lawrence, anytime he calls me, I'm fascinated with his accent. It is the coolest accent. I'm actually a little envious of it. I wish I had that accent. He sounds so cool. He can say the dumbest words in the world, and they sound so cool. That's the stuff I'm talking about. The different cultures, right? The different beauty in all these cultures. And the people in the club up here take that beauty and find racial crap within it or whatever, and then spew that all over the news. So it keeps us divided. And do you know how many different cultures there are in the United States? That's a blessing if it's done the right way, right? I do believe in following the law, and you should do things the right way, right? I'm pretty sure we all probably agree with that, right? Some may not, but yet they wouldn't want somebody coming and breaking the law to break in their house, right? There's laws we should probably follow them. Do I think some laws are corny? Sure. Sure, some are. But as I got a cop sheriff right behind me. The house I'm working at, a sheriff lives right across the street from. So I know I'm safe here working, right? I don't got nothing to worry about with a cop car sitting right behind me. But yeah, that's another thing I love about humanity is the different cultures. The different little things people do. They go out and they go fishing and they go camping or they go to the barbecue. You know, whatever it is in their culture that they do, I love to learn that stuff. I get bored with my own culture after a while. I love my culture. I love who I am. But I want to learn I don't know. I've always been fascinated about that since I've been young. I want to learn about China. Like, I want to know what China's really like. Like, I love their food, right? And I don't know how authentic it is here or whatever, but I do love their food. A buddy of ours got a year-round place. He goes down to Mexico. I can't wait to go. He invited me and Patty. I can't wait to go to see their culture, right? So I don't know why the system breeds the hate they do and mixes up the beauty we have here. We're all individuals. We all have different beliefs. We all have different things we believe in. But that doesn't mean we have to hate the person that believes in something completely different. That's what makes us individuals. We are out here fighting over what makes us unique. Like, I like to learn people. I like to try to, I love it. I love different people's personalities. And as I said, some don't mesh with me and some people don't mesh with me, right? That's just the way it is. That don't mean I hate that person. Matter of fact, I was at Culver's yesterday. Me, Patty, and Nikki eating lunch, and I heard two college girls talking, and I'm like, oh yeah, I probably couldn't be around those two girls for about an hour, and that would be enough for me. I've heard enough, right? And vice versa. They would probably hear me talk and say the same thing about me, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is all this hatred on the internet, man, over people's different beliefs. If we all want to be robots, that's coming, and they already got them, and it's coming. So if we don't hurry up and unite, put our little differences to the side, it's going to be the new Terminator coming to you. I don't get how people are arguing so much over people's different beliefs. And I know it's happened for all eternity, right? I understand that. But it doesn't have to be. We don't have to take it that serious. That's their beliefs and their thoughts. You don't know how they were raised in their household to get their core beliefs. Everybody was raised in their household with a certain set of core beliefs. Whether you know that or not, that's how you get how you view things in the world. It's how you were raised, or lack thereof getting raised, right? That's how you get your core beliefs. So, you know, is any one right or more correct than the next? No. How do you know? No. Am I saying there's some people that maybe they raise their kids a little bit better than the other? Yeah, sure. Yep, that's out there. Right? Nobody comes with a handbook, though. Nobody knows what that person went through when they were being raised. And maybe they didn't correct the behavior, so they do the same thing to their children, right? I totally get it. I understand that. Right? But I've always had a passion for people. And I never was the person that labeled somebody as they're this because they're this culture, or their skin tone's this, or their religion's this. They're a human freaking being. Don't you find it interesting somebody from another country comes here illegally? Like, don't you want to learn from that? I remember when we were young, my buddy Brandon Gerke's mom had a foreign exchange student come to the house, and he was from Germany. I learned so much cool shit. Like, they were amazed on how we lived here, and I was amazed on how they lived there, and it was just really cool, right? I think they were like drinking beer at 12, like big steins. You were a man if you drank, and their beer is so much different than American beer. But I found out a lot of cool things from him. Unfortunately, I forget his name. It's been so many years. But why are we arguing and bickering over people's differences, man? Are we ever going to grow up and mature enough so where we can come together and be a prosperous nation and be glad we got different cultures inside of our country? And I get it. I totally get it. There's a lot of things that's happened this past 5-6 years that's got people on you. We don't know who's in our country. I totally get that. I understand that. But I've met so many people in this past 5 years that have all different types of culture that are absolutely beautiful people. So don't singly hand out one type of culture just because something the news is saying. That's way overgeneralizing, and a lot of that shit isn't true. I don't believe anything the news networks put out anymore. Why would we? They have lied so much that we're going to think whatever they're putting out now is facts. Get out of here, man. Yeah, people don't just stop. The networks don't just stop. Okay, this year we're just going to tell them all the truth. It doesn't happen like that. You got to critically think. I'm not telling you what to do or what you to believe in on your little boob tube TV network thing you watch. That's up to you, and that's your choice. But I don't. I don't believe one word any of. I don't care if they say there's going to be 3 inches of snow today. I ain't buying the shit. There might be today though. I kind of prayed for it the other day, right? I prayed for it this morning. I wish the lower peninsula will get hit. I seen these videos on Facebook of the upper peninsula got hammered in a blizzard. I mean, there must have been 2-3 feet of snow, and they had the tractors out plowing the sidewalks. You know, it was crazy deep. I'm like, can we get some of that in the lower peninsula? Well, I spoke it right into existence. Alicia called me when she finished up her account and says, hey, Dad, maybe we can go ride them snowmobiles. I'm like, man, if we can get them out to the new house, that would probably be a good... You can't ride them. We're going to ride them in the city. Neighbors aren't too fond of it when you're ripping around on a snowmobile in the inner city. They don't really like that. I don't think the police like that too much neither. Why? Because you're not supposed to do that. So, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I don't talk enough, I guess, about what inspires me about people. One is I love different cultures. I love to learn about different cultures. I always loved that even in school when we'd be talking in history and stuff. I always loved learning about different cultures. Number 2, I love individuality. I love different personalities and characters. Another thing I love about people is what one individual is capable of doing. It amazes me that you have a person over here that is homeless living under a bridge, and you have a person over here that built Amazon. Like, isn't that mind-boggling? Like, the thought of, like, how did that happen? Right? How does that happen? So I'd like to, like, learn about that and study that. Like, and I'm not saying anything about the person that's living on the bridge. I'm not saying anything about the person that built Amazon, right? I'm just saying, like, doesn't that, like, wow, how does that happen? How can one man or woman be living under a bridge? And I've read a lot of books on men and women that were living and eating out of trash cans, that now they're motivational speakers, and they are, like, the motivational, like, everybody hires them. How does a one go from that to that? That inspires me. It's interesting to me. So there's a bunch I love about humanity, but the number one thing I love about humanity is we're all supposed to be one. It don't matter what culture you belong to. It doesn't matter the tone of your skin. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter if you think you're left or right. I don't care. None of that shit matters. What matters is we're all one person. We are collectively all human beings. And we have to agree on it. I don't care what pigment skin your skin tone is. I don't care if you're male or female. You still got a heart. Your blood's pumping, hopefully. You got lungs. You got feelings. You got purpose, right? I believe everybody here has a purpose. Whether you have found that or done enough research to find that within you, you have a purpose. And it's probably beautiful, I would imagine. Most people's purpose isn't to go out here and murder people and kill people and bash people online because they believe in this and that. That's not your purpose. That isn't purpose-driven. That's actually the exact opposite. That's focusing on things that are not beneficial to us in humanity, as we're hiding away from what we could be becoming or the purpose we could be giving. That don't benefit society. It doesn't benefit society if I get on here. Thanks, Julie, for watching. If I get on here and Julie says something on her post that I disagree with, so I just get right on there and I start calling her a misogynist and a hypocrite and a this and a racist and a what the hell does that do? It exposes somebody's insecurities is what it does. And that ain't me bashing people that are calling people those names. That's me trying to maybe help encourage you to think about why are you doing that? Why are you calling somebody a racist because they disagree with you? Using words out of context makes you look really ignorant. It makes an individual look really, and I've done that before. I'm a human being too. I've made mistakes. I've done that before. And I realized how ignorant I looked when I did that, because I acted out of my emotions. I let my emotions get involved. The strings I talk about getting pulled, I let them get involved. And when we do that, the outcome's never good. We say things we don't mean. We react and do things we shouldn't have done. We all have done that 1 or 2 times in our life. We've all got upset, let our emotions get involved, and overreacted to a situation. And the outcome could have been a lot better if we would have calmly came back to that. Or just scrolled on by Julie's post. Like, how hard is it to do that, right? Like, what? Like, oh my God, I could just scroll by and I don't have to call Julie a misogynist? Yes, Justin, you can do that. Oh, no, thank you. Instead of letting our emotions get attacked. I think that's what's going on Facebook, man, and social media. People are getting their emotions so attached to all this crazy shit that they're losing their mind. I got caught in the old, during the presidential shit. I got caught all up into that, man. I got caught all the way. I now realize I'm going down a rabbit hole and it ain't making my life any better. I am not adding any beneficial value to the community I lived in by allowing my emotions to get involved in all that. It was making me less than I should be. Let's put it that way. It was making me less than I should be. Leaving the house with an attitude, thinking everybody's thinking this way or that way. It's just a bunch of chaos. I have a crack on my damn lip that has not healed in a week and it's driving me nuts. It's like, I've been using Carmex. That's what Patty buys, right? And it used to be the best. I don't know what's going on in Carmex anymore, or if I'm just that dehydrated, but it ain't working the greatest anymore. So I have a multitude of reasons why I love humanity. I am part of humanity. You are part of me. I am part of you. Together, we become a community. Together, we can help each other grow in life. Without each other, there's nothing to live for. Would you imagine just waking up and everybody being dead? Like, what? I mean, that's mentally, the mental warfare that's going on, spiritual warfare that's going on. That's what's actually happening because people ain't interacting with each other like they used to anymore. It's like quietly just zombies walking around. Now, I'm not saying everybody, right? I'm not naive. I'm just overgeneralizing quite a bit. I don't breed hate, and I never will. Because I love you guys. And you guys hear me say, oh yeah, you don't love. I love humanity. I love flesh and blood. Right? And I know the Bible says flesh and blood is the devil. They ain't talking about us. They're talking about them ones up there in the club. I'm telling you that right now. That's what the Bible's talking about. There's a lot of great human beings in our communities. And we want to look at the one thing that went wrong in the city of Saginaw and say, yeah, Saginaw's just all terrible. Do you know how many good people I met in the city of Saginaw? An astronomical amount. Matter of fact, we have not had, oh yeah, we've had one client. One client did us wrong in Saginaw. That was it. Everybody else, and I've been all over Saginaw working. Been on the west side, been on the south side, been on the east side, been on the north side. All over the surrounding areas. Met nothing but great people. I love meeting people. I love growing with people. And I love learning about people. If it ain't about us, what's it about, man? There's nothing without each other. I know you like to go to your home, to your little safe haven, blah, 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 blah. That's understandable. We all do, right? We all need our time out and away from people. We all need that. But if you woke up today and there was nothing, what would it be to live for? We live for each other, don't we? You imagine you wake up tomorrow, the whole world's dead, and you're the only one alive. What are you going to get to enjoy? I guess the whole world. I mean, you could steal cars and travel around for a while, like the movie Walking Dead or whatever. I mean, like I guess, but you're gonna get pretty damn bored real fast. You're gonna get pretty bored real damn fast. You're gonna end up going right to the liquor store after a while and just getting drunk every day, all day. You're gonna be bored. You're gonna get bored. There ain't gonna be nothing to do. There's going to be nobody to talk to. There's going to be nobody there's going to be nobody to dress nice for. You know what I mean? I love humanity for a multitude of reasons. And I think that brings me more to my video content today than anything else. Because I have a passion for all of you. I want to see people reach their purpose. I want to see people find their purpose in life. Find their direction. Become who they're aspired to be. I want to see the communities come back together again and put all the hatred away. Put it away, man. All this killing, all this violent language online. Bring back some humor. You talk some shit, have some fun. Obviously, we're supposed to in life. We're supposed to crack jokes on each other and have fun. But it's got so serious this past 5-6 years. It's like, oh my God, I gotta I gotta analyze in my brain 52 different ways somebody might take something before I post a post. That's bullshit. That's insane. I won't do that anymore. I will not do that anymore. I have literally done that. Well, this person could take it this way. This person could. Oh, let them take it however way they want. As long as you know your intentions on whatever you're saying and doing isn't ill, you got good intent, you're honest, and you have integrity, don't hold back from saying whatever you got to say. If you have that, don't you dare not post it because Kimberly Sue over here or Johnny John might get upset because you posted something that struck a nerve inside of them. Or you got on and made a video. Or you said something at your family function. Stop biting your tongue. That is what's keeping us in this downward spiral in this country. Too many people that are good people with good hearts, with great minds, won't say nothing because they're afraid of offending somebody or hurting somebody's feelings. We can't dictate people's feelings. I guess, yeah, you can. But if you're alive, I'll put it like this. If somebody can offend you and hurt your feelings that bad over something they believe in, it's more than just their insecurities. That person is weak. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is they're so insecure, they're allowing whoever delivered that message to dictate their emotions. If that person can dictate your emotions, that means that person has control over you. That's not just coming out of my head. That's psychology 101. Literally. If what comes out of my mouth can ruffle your emotions, and then you get offended, and then you blow up into I just dictated a reaction out of you. Because of the words I said. Mental immaturity. And I'm no doctor, I'm no psychologist. I've just lived long enough and had enough experiences in my life of my own reactions to certain things and realized, dude, you're just giving power to that person. That is all you're simply doing. When you give a negative reaction, like, you just give whoever you can't stand or you're upset with power over you. It's actually quite amazing how much one person in this country has control over how many people in this country. It's insane. It's insane. And it was me at one time. So we need to get back to not biting your tongue and worrying about hurting somebody's feelings. Look, everybody's got feelings, and guess what? In our lifetime, everybody's feelings are going to get hurt multiple times in your life. Multiple times. Your feelings will get hurt more than you can ever count in your entire life. And it's going to be by people that are close to you, probably. The closest to you. Your feelings are going to get shattered. It's part of life. We all have them. Learn to deal with them emotions and feelings in a positive way. And then you can graduate to becoming an adult human being. But a lot of the stuff I see on social media anymore and on the news, the people on the news networks, obviously they're paid to say what they're saying. Them are not adults, man. Them are grown-ass kids. They're grown-ass kids. And I know it's their career and they're getting paid. But you couldn't pay me to do the shit they're doing up there. There's no way. You couldn't pay me to mislead the people. You couldn't pay me to lie to the people. It ain't gonna happen. I don't need to be paid. I ain't getting bought. Not happening. That money shit ain't that important to me. I ain't selling my soul. Ever. I collectively drive by these houses and I think, man, that's a beautiful house. I bet you they got a beautiful little family in there. I think outside of myself. You know, and I think, wow, I bet you that's a beautiful family. Their kids probably do sport. You know what I mean? I think outside, and I think too many of us are just thinking about our own selves anymore. And we're not thinking about our communities as a whole anymore. Like wishing our neighbor the best. Wishing our coworkers the best. Wishing our team the best. Wanting to see them prosper in life. You know, if you wish for other people to prosper, you will soon prosper as well. You can't prosper if you want bad for people. You never will prosper. You'll be stuck all your life wondering why it never worked out for you. If you constantly get upset when you see somebody else prospering or winning in life, you'll never be able to get there. You'll never be able to win like that. I learned that, I don't know how many years ago. I used to hate on people. Oh, it must be nice. They got that going on in their life. And then I realized, I'm telling the world I don't want that. When I was saying that, I was telling the world, the universe, I don't want that in my life. When all actuality, I was hating because I was jealous or envious of what somebody else had that I didn't have. Mind-blowing. It's quite mind-blowing. So the next time you want to hate on somebody, think very carefully about what you're actually doing to your own circumstances in life. People be hating on Elon Musk and shit for all that money. I'd be like, how did he do it? I ain't hating on that man. That man decided to spend his entirety, I mean his whole existence, into building shit. Like, thinking outside the box. That man decided to do it. I am not going to go to his degree whatsoever. But, don't hate on that man. He sacrificed his entire life to do that. Which most of us are not willing to do, right? I'm not willing to devote 120 hours a week to one thing. I mean, at that rate, you have zero time for anything else. I don't know how we made all those babies. I don't know how we had the time to do that, to be honest with you. But I learned when we hate on other people in our communities, we are telling the world we do not want that. So be very careful the next time you want to hate on somebody. And I'm not telling you what to do. Hate away. If that's what you love to do, hate away. Just don't be mad 10 years later while you're wondering why nothing like that's happening in your life. Instead, embrace it. Congratulate their prosperity. And watch how much you can learn from them people. I reach out to people daily and congratulate them on their accomplishments in life. And wish them that they will prosper further in life. Daily, I do that. Might miss a day here and there, but I try to. Try my best to get on here every single day on social media and see somebody do something great and congratulate them and hope for their prosperity to go further and further in life. You'd be amazed by just that action, what that can do for your life. The hate thing, got to keep you at the bottom for life. And I ain't talking about financial, I'm talking about mentally, relationship-wise, everything. So yeah, I just love humanity. I think it's one of the most unique things there are in our universe. Us. We are weird. Did you know that? You ever look at yourself in the mirror and be like, how the hell did... What the... Man, I got a head, I got arms, I got phalanges. Like, but it's kind of weird, isn't it? You ever think that? Like you look at other people, you're like, man, we are some weird beings. See a deer running around, they just, you know, they do the same thing. They go and hunt and gather all day long. We're out here building shit and like having relationships with other ones. I don't know, maybe deer have relationships. I don't know, maybe they do, right? But we're weird. We've got 2 eyeballs, weird looking noses. Some of us got weird looking noses. I got a pointy ass nose. Right? I got big old Spock ears up here. We're a weird looking being, right? But I find it very fascinating and interesting on how many different looks there are, right? Have you ever paid attention, like, oh my God, like it's once in a while you'd be like, damn, dude, I just seen a dude that looked just like you. Like Jason Snook, everybody used to say when we were younger. He was a good friend of mine in school. People would be like, dude, you got a twin. I was like, what are you talking about? Like in a different city or something? No, he goes to St. Charles. I'm like, who's that? Jason Snook. I went and found that and sure shit, he was like my little twin. I wonder if he still looks like me today, or I look like him. I don't remember who's older. Doesn't matter. We look like each other, or did, right? And I pray for that dude. He was a man. My mom loved it. He was a good dude. Jason Snook, if you're out there and see this, you better get with me, buddy. I'll buy you dinner. We'll chat it up. But anyways, you know, very rarely you see somebody that looks identical to the next person. We could just be all cut and copy pasted. Everybody looks the same. Right? We're just like little robots. But we're not. Everybody's got their unique features. Everybody's got their own beauty. Everybody's got their own soul. Doesn't that interest other? I know. Look, I've met people that just can't stand people too. I've met them. We've all met some of them. Mm-hmm. Some people, they just don't like people, and they'll tell you too. They have no problem being like, hey, look, dude, look, just shut up, man. I don't like people. No, hey, I appreciate your honesty. You got them people too, and that's okay. That's kind of what makes the world work, right? You got the solo people that like to just be by themselves, and then you got me. I could talk to people for 12 hours a day, but then after that, when I hit my point, like I get to a point too where I'm just like, okay, I need silence. I need to stop. I don't want to see nobody anymore. I get to that too, right? I'm a human being. We all need to shut down. But I just find people fascinating. I find people fascinating. I find where what some people accomplish is absolutely amazing. And I find other people that just want to live in the woods and off the grid. And I'm like, that's cool too, isn't it? What's wrong with that? I think that's cool too. Like I wanted to do that when I was a kid. Why the hell do you think I was building a fort in the middle of the woods? I was building forts. Building forts in the woods. I was like, this is my house. And I would sleep in it. I've done that a couple nights. It was kind of bugs and shit, and you know, whatever. I just find humanity is the most important thing in our universe, and I naturally love it. Does that mean I love everything that human beings do? No. A lot of shit people do I don't like. There's a lot of shit I did when I was young that I totally would be like, you're a dumbass for doing that. Right? There's a lot of things I did when I was a young kid that I would look at something and be like, that's stupid. Like, you know, I did it. I made bad mistakes, man. I made bad decisions. Those weren't really mistakes. I made bad decisions. So it's fascinating to me, humanity. And that's why I have so much passion for all of you. Even you that I've never met. I want the best for all of you. Like, I want to see you guys grow. I want to see you guys go to levels you never even thought you could. In every aspect. I'm not just talking finance. I'm talking about every aspect. Your relationships. Strengthen your relationships. And we all can do that. That's something we all can do for free. And I need to do that too. I could be better with Patty in certain areas of my life. I am not over here sitting here saying I'm a perfect little guy. I am far from that. I have ADHD, so I am really bad with listening. Patty will be talking to me for like 3 minutes, and she'll be looking at me. I'm like, am I supposed to respond or something? What? Did you say something? Oh, she'll get so fired up. So I have places I need to improve too, right? But I just find humanity beautiful, man. I think it's beautiful. Well, I hope you all enjoy your New Year's. And I pray for everybody that everybody's just safe. if I can help somebody, like, I don't think at 2 o'clock in the morning I'm driving to Flint or Bay City or anything like that. But if you're nearby and you need a ride, give me a text or a call. I would much rather know that you made it home safe than not, right? If you're way down in Detroit, like I said, or Flint, that's a little far drive for me in the middle of the night. But if you need somebody and you're thinking about driving home, well, think about me and reach out to me, and I'll come pick you up and bring you back to your car in the morning or whatever. I'd rather see that than see somebody's face on the news. It's not that big of an inconvenience. There goes CJ Handyman out here in Shields, Michigan. It's pretty cool. We're acquainted and associated with so many different small businesses today. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they're busy too. It's not like we kick it. It's not like we go have coffee or nothing. We got one guy that owns a pretty substantial business that I talk with on a, weekly basis quite a bit. And he's mentoring me actually in a lot of different aspects of life. And I love that guy, man. I love that man. Like a dad, like a brother. Not like a dad. He ain't old enough to be my dad, man. Like a brother for sure. It's amazing. Who we can become in life, and who we can surround ourselves in life by different choices in our life. That's another thing that inspires me. Do you guys realize for 20 years I lived a homeless lifestyle? Never ever had a home in my name and rent. Not even for rent. Like, I never had a vehicle. I lost my license when I was a super young kid. Being ignorant. I was an addict. I was an alcoholic. I was at a point where I didn't want to live anymore. I was actually probably a real good statistic of somebody that would have took their life. Let's just put it that way. I don't have them feelings anymore, not whatsoever. And if you do, call somebody. There's people out there for help. But I lived that for 20 years. And today I wake up and I'm excited about life, and I'm excited to talk to you guys, and I'm excited to meet more of you guys, and I'm excited to get out here and be a part of a productive human being in society. I'm excited to see people. I'm excited to be with Patty and our kids. I'm excited to see new faces. I'm excited of what this universe has to offer. That is insane that we can do that in one lifetime. First of all, we're a miracle, but that we can live a lifestyle that looks like you're not going to make it, right? It looked like I was not going to make it to 40. I'm telling you that. I was not in a good position in my life. And here I am today getting mentored by people that, that are just amazing people. And it's not just him. I ask a lot of even our clients certain questions that help me grow. A lot of our clients become a lot like family. Because I did what everybody told me not to do. Don't get personal with your clients. I don't want to be a business like that. I didn't want to be cut and dry. This is what it is. Here it is. I have clients that call me at 9 o'clock at night and we talk till 11:30 at night. We become friends. We become family. Like, don't let people tell you, don't do this in business or don't do this in your career. Don't listen to them. If it feels right in your heart, do it. We have built some of the best relationships I've ever built in the past 5 years. By getting personal with to a degree, right? But I'm not cut and dry. And I love people. So it would be foreign to me to walk into your house and just be like, this is your bill. This is what we do. Now shut up and let us get it done. That don't fit who I am. And it wouldn't work for me because I would feel weird the whole time. I like to break the weird feeling right off the top. I try to break the ice the second I arrive at somebody's house. But either or, I love humanity. I hope you guys have a safe New Year's. It's been a beautiful year. I need to thank all of you for all the love and support from not only me, but our team, Patty, Alicia, Nikki, Jen's coming back. There's been a bunch of other people, Matt, Scott, Connor. Oh my gosh, Garrett. There's been so many people that's been a part of this year that I'm going to forget some. My apologies. But even those of you that came on and you're not with us, that's fine. We love you too, man. We love people. And we love all of you for all the love and support. It has been a beautiful year. And I am praying that I stay healthy and all of you stay healthy to have another amazing year this coming year. I'm lit up about 2026. I think it's going to be a fantastic year. Fantastic. I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's been one of the best years of our lives. We have to believe it in order for it to come true. You guys, we have to believe it. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on the news networks. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our world, but we can't let that continue to make us have a bad year. We only have a bad year by choice. We get to wake up and decide if we're going to have a good day, regardless of what circumstances or situations happen in our life. It's our decision. It's a decision to wake up and have a bad day. I woke up one day, I said, I'm going to have a good day from here on out. I had enough 20 years of bad days in my life. I ain't having no more. I'm going to have a good day every day. I don't care what happens. My car blow up today. I might get my feelings hurt for a minute, but in about another hour or two, I'm going to be all right, and I'm going to have a great day. Let's bring that back into 2026, huh? Let's aspire. Let's grow. Let's prosper. Let's stop talking about old crap that don't need to be talked about. Next time somebody calls you a racist for saying something, just smile at them, tell them they have a good, beautiful day. Next time somebody calls you, matter of fact, the best way is just to quit responding. You quit responding, they look, I know that for a fact. Everything don't need a response. We're going to have a great year, and I'm going to bring all you guys with us. We appreciate all the love and support. You guys have been amazing to us. I love you all. When I say that, I freaking mean that.